Hello and welcome, Paul here, and I'm playing Black Desert Online. So, what I'm doing in this video is I need to obtain a raft. Now, a raft is one of these, and it will allow you to sail out at sea. It's very cheap to make. This is the ferry. It's a rowboat, but it's called a ferry. I don't know why, but that's the name it's given. And the third boat you can currently make is the fishing boat, but there isn't one around at the moment, which is odd. This place tends to be filled with them. So yeah, no fishing boats here at the moment, but that's fine. So I want the raft because I want to do some fishing. Now, we found out recently that there are like hot spots, and apparently they get moved like on a weekly basis, but you go to one of these hot spots, you're going to catch a lot of rare fish, and they can be sold for quite a bit of money. So, just to show you, the first hotspot we found, like me and my guildies, was around here somewhere. It was just like not far from Ilia Island, and it was just like a little hotspot. There was already people there, and we started fishing, and we were getting like morays and well, different fish names, but we were getting like a yellow rarity of fish and blues just non-stop until our inventory was full to the brim. And then what we did was travel back. Now I hooked up all of these nodes because if you're fishing over here, it's counted as Racid Island. I don't know how much of this area is covered by this node, but fishing here came under there, so I had to hook up all these nodes and get it back to dry land. So what I could do is bring these fish onto dry land, and we took them all the way down to Trent because it's the furthest node away, and it gives us a distance bonus of 55%. So it basically, you know, multiplies or adds 55% onto, you know, whatever the price is. So we did that. I had an inventory of probably about, you know, fish filling up, you know, this much, four rows. So that gave me about just under 800,000 silver, and it was dead easy as well, and it doesn't take that long. I know a lot of people AFK fish, and I honestly don't know why, because, well, I understand why, but my point is that your inventory is going to get filled up really quick. But I guess if it's fish every 3 minutes, still, it can fill up very quick. Now if you do it manually, it is a lot faster, plus you get to pick and choose what you actually catch. But since I don't have any other good prospects at the moment for making money, like I haven't set up any of the other farms, like farming sunflowers and turning them into crates and selling them. Yeah, this is all I can really do right now. So, fishing seems like a decent earner from what I've seen. Now, I mean, I'm currently up to, well, I store all my money in Calfian, so I'm up back up to 5 mil. Now I did 2 runs. Now here's the thing: the first run I put all my fish in the storage at Ilia Island last night and transported them down to Velia. And after I did my second lot of fishing, where I filled my inventory and went and sold them, that's where I got just under 800k. Now the fish that I transported, when I went to pick them up this morning, the guaranteed price had dropped. So it went from 100% down to 78%, and it says 24 hours, but I'm guessing this means how fresh it is. So you've got to go and like trade those fish ASAP.
Welcome to Velia.
Like, doing them this morning, it was down to 77%, and it lost so much money. Like, I only earned like 400,000 from everything I handed in. So the way I'm gonna have to do this is to go up there, fish, fill my inventory, and then come and sell them, or give it like an hour and then go sell them. But I mean, it's a lot of commitment because it is a long trip going from here all the way down to Trent, but that's how you're gonna make the money. So I guess you could just stay out there, not bother with the blues, and only pick up the yellows when they drop, or when you fish them up. But my overall goal is to get a fishing boat, because that's much faster in the water. But since that's going to be a quite big commitment, my plan is, since we've got all these nodes hooked up, I am going to buy a house on Ilia Island, this one, and it gives me a level 2 shipyard. Now this is a level 2 shipyard for the lowest amount of contribution points, so this will give me access to make the fishing boat. Now if I just zoom out here, there is another level 2 shipyard here at Fire Port, which is definitely one of my favourite little towns. My problem is that it's bloody expensive. If I can find it. Yeah, it's around here somewhere, but it is very, very expensive to... There it is. 12 contribution points compared to 7 at Ilia Island. Now contribution points are pretty important. I've currently sold my house that I just got in Velia to recover some of the contribution points. I'll get it back soon because I'm going to go do some quests, but yeah. So I go here. I'm going to make a raft first of all, because the raft is dead easy. 25 logs, 3 blackstone powder, easy peasy. It doesn't get much simpler than that. A thought just occurred to me though. Okay, there is lodging, one lodging for one person, so I could hire one worker to do this for me. But after I got that, I'm going to want to work on my fishing boat. Skip the ferry completely, there's no need. Fishing boat needs quite a few things. It's going to take me a little bit of time to gather. It's not difficult, but it will take me a little bit of time. So that's something I'm going to have to work on. But the raft will work okay, because what I can do is take the ferry that travels, you can see it here. It's currently making its way back to Velia, and that will take you all the way up to Ilia Island. Now it is kind of slow, but I can always raft out from Ilia Island to whatever fishing spots, until it gets shifted at least, because it's not going to be there forever. Fish up what I need to, go back to Ilia, and then catch the ferry back to sell these fish, unless a friend's on who can ferry me, but that's the goal. Anyway, we're going to wait for this boat, and when it gets here, I'm going to invest the contribution points. But there it is. There's one of the fishing boats that you can make. Just sailed off.
I hope things go well tomorrow.
So when the boat gets here, I'm going to go over to Ilia Island. I'm going to get those houses, I'm going to build the raft, and I will show you this fishing spot I'm talking about. Anyway, let's wait. Okay. I finally made it here. Now I know it's darker, but don't worry, it doesn't take that long for the boat to bring you over here, probably about 5 minutes or so. Just I was doing some things and I kept going AFK, and then when I came back I just missed it and the boat was sailing away, so yeah. We're here. By the way, this is the fishing boat I was talking about you can make, which looks pretty nice. I like it. I really like the nets that are on the side there. Makes it look very fishing-y. Hang on. Try not to drown here. One thing I really dislike in this game is the swimming. The swimming's just poor. It's terrible. Like the zero, like really hard to control. I prefer Arcade, but then again, Arcade did all of their ocean and naval stuff really well. Before I go any further, the fishing boat, you can actually get a skin. The Dark Thorn fishing boat set, which is this. It's pretty neat, but to be honest, it's just a fishing boat. I feel like this is overkill. As badass as this looks, it's just a fishing boat. So it's like you're not going to be warring in this, but then again, maybe you will, I don't know. So, we made it to the island. Now what I need to do is purchase a house. So what we're going to do is click on here, and the house I want is that one. So we're going to check purchase conditions, purchase all, bam, got it. Now I want to switch this out. I should have done it this way the first time. So Change use. Yikes, is that gonna be... Okay, I've just sold that house. Now let's say I want the shipyard. Purchase shipyard. Yikes, it's gonna take 2.5 hours to get this done. I did not realize that. That would have been useful earlier. But yeah. Can't do anything about that at the moment, but let's take a look at the other stuff. Well, that's converting. These are going to be storage. That's fine. That's great. I could do it, and these are only a minute, so that's fine. The refinery here, which is going to be kind of useful, but I don't think there's anything I actually need to do. Tool workshop could be useful to make better fishing rods with better durability, but spending 500 on the fishing rod seems to be alright because that's enough to fill my inventory. And this one here, lodging. We're going to need lodging. That's going to take 5 minutes. Now the reason I want the lodging is that I need one worker to be working on this boat, so that's what we're going to do there. That's going to take about 5 minutes, and then I need to talk to the work supervisor wherever he may be. So we're going to have a look around. Let's see if we can find him. Not listed there, I don't think, so go do a bit of a look around. General goods, that's not what I'm after. Whole bunch of houses everywhere as well. Let's visit someone's house. It's not bad, decent size. I feel all houses pale in comparison to that one I was talking about. The one that I owned. Because that was just massive. Anyway, I need to find a work supervisor. I'm pretty sure he's over at the fields, but let me just have a look around here in case I stumble upon him. If I'd have put my horse in the stable, I may have been able to get it, but I didn't, so there's the chief. Alright, I'm pretty sure it's like up here, so if I go back this way, I go up these steps. There they are. I can't actually lodge them yet. Maybe I can, but what I'm going to do is wait until this is finished. The lodging, which has got about 2.5 minutes left. I also want to upgrade the storage here. Get those extra spaces. It's going to be kind of useful because my inventory is filled with random junk at the moment. Then when that's done, we'll build our raft and then we'll start fishing. Okay, so this is now built. I would like to upgrade it to start working on the fishing boat, but 7 hours, and I don't know if it's gonna require me to have this raft built before then, but it doesn't matter for now. So what we're gonna do, first thing we need is a worker. So a worker, where can I find a worker? I was standing right by the work supervisor a minute ago. He's up here, isn't he? Work supervisor. Give me your sleeves. Let's view another. Skilled goblin worker, got good fast work speed. Oh, if I had no money when I came out here. Let's do it. Alright, so we got a worker now. Now what we're gonna do is... Do I have to go to... Is this how I craft? Is this the crafting menu? Feels very weird. So, manage crafting, there we go. I guess I could have used any worker to be honest, but that's fine. ferry. Oh. So we want to make the raft, and I actually have the materials with me to craft this. I guess I put them in the warehouse. I guess I put them in the storage. So if you ever come to Elliot Island, the storage location is on the dock. So we've got to jump all the way back down. Just run over here. Storage keeper's right there. He hasn't loaded. There we go. And I bought down the exact ingredients I needed to craft the delicious raft. Alright, it's there. Now let's check this out again. Manage crafting. Now, Elliot Island filler. There we go. Everything's in stock. It's going to take 11 minutes. Start. Yes. There we go. So that is going to take 11 minutes. And that bar's going to fill up. And we will check in once it's done. Oh, a guildie. Alright, so I actually worked out that each crafting thing, storage is completely full. So basically each crafting, here it says 1 out of 25. I believe I literally have to craft each piece like the amount of times. Wait. I am confused. So, yeah, I don't really know what's going on here. I haven't actually done any crafting yet. This is the first thing I've crafted, but work in progress complete 1 out of 28. So that will be 25 logs, 3 black stone powder. So as it turns out, I've got to do each one each time, which takes about 10 minutes. So this can take a little while. So I ended up hiring a second worker who I've put to work now. Now, do I have a worker that I can get to come do something? Just the storage is completely full. So they can't actually help. But I can change the amount of times they do this, right? I see, that was my fault. So I could max it out there. Can I edit that? Yes, I can. So I should have 2 workers. Nope, I only have 1 lodging. I think I hired another worker. I have no clue where he's gone. Someone's definitely working on this though. Can I? Yeah, so anyway, my point is that these guys are working on this. It's going to take longer than I expected. So we'll put this back up when it's done.